What kind of coward throws a disabled war hero onto his own flag at a veteran's barbecue? That's the question I couldn't shake that Saturday, when my uncle, Samuel Tate, a Vietnam vet with a Bronze Star and a spine held together by steel, got dragged from his wheelchair by two fake HOA enforcers who thought they owned the world. It was supposed to be a day of grilled corn and old war stories, but it turned into a showdown that left our neighborhood, and half the country, speechless. When Sam's old platoon rolled up, armed with AR-15s and a grudge deeper than war itself, those imposters learned they'd picked the wrong fight. It was one of those perfect afternoons, the kind where the sky's so blue you'd swear it was painted. Sam hadn't left the VA center in months, his body battered from battles and surgeries, but his buddies convinced said him to come out. They wheeled him into our neighborhood park, a scrappy crew in faded khaki shirts, their caps worn thin from jungles and deserts. The barbecue was just for vets' paper plates, folding tables, and a massive American flag draped across the biggest table under the oaks. My cousin fixed Sam's plate, one hot dog, mustard only, half a bun, just how he liked it since the jaw surgery. His good hand shook as he reached for it, but damn, he was smiling. For the first time in forever, he looked alive. Then they showed up. Two guys in matching blue polos, HOA enforcement, stitched over their beer guts, no badges, no names, just radios and attitude. They rolled their unmarked black SUV right onto the grass, like they were kings of the cul-de-sac. "Who's got the permit for this?" one barked, still half in the car. A vet named Eddie, who'd seen action in the Gulf, raised his hand slow. "It's private. Back off." But the taller guy was already stomping toward the tables. "This is HOA land. That flag's a political display. You're done." We thought it was a bad joke. Then the second guy grabbed Sam's wheelchair handles and yanked him back hard. Sam grunted, his knees smacking the bench. His hot dog hit the dirt. Before anyone could blink, they slammed him face first onto the flag. "Let's break this old man's arm," one snarled, pressing him down. Sam screamed a raw, gut punch sound that silenced the birds. Neighbors froze. Phones stayed pocketed. A 74-year-old Marine, who'd crawled through hell in Hue, was crying on the flag he'd bled for, and nobody moved. Not yet. The fake cops stood there, grinning like they'd won the lottery, one boot on a flipped cooler, mustard smeared on their sleeves. They didn't just hurt Sam, they dismantled him in front of his own. Paper plates crunched under their feet like trash. They knocked over chairs, tore a kid's crayon drawing of a tank in half. Sam was half up now, chest heaving, his hearing aid dangling, his left arm the one with two pins hanging limp. Doc Miller, an old medic, knelt beside him, whispering calm words, checking his pulse like they were back in a foxhole. But Sam wasn't done. His right hand twitched, just one finger. Tap. Tap. Pause. Tap. Most wouldn't notice, but that wasn't a tick. It was a signal, sent through a rigged belt unit his buddy Lieutenant Hayes built in '72 when Sam couldn't reach a radio in time. We called it snakebite. One ping, 3 seconds, then a coded message to one group only, Unit Bravo. Last patrol. Emergency. Code red. Sam down. Barbecue hit. Back up now. Location pinned. They were coming before the signal even faded. Some hadn't seen each other since '85. One was 3 beers into a fishing trip. Another was hauling freight through Tulsa. Didn't matter. 15 minutes later, you felt that kind of storm that smells like diesel and gun oil. Engines growled, not suburban SUVs, but patched-together pickups, off-roaders with camo tarps, a beat-up Humvee with bungees holding the hood. They rolled in from every side street, no formation, just presence. The fake cops noticed. Their bravado cracked. One muttered into his radio, getting static back. The other glanced at the crowd, now bigger neighbors, kids, some filming, some holding their breath. Then out stepped Sergeant Marcus Reed. No speech, no nonsense. Just a man in a faded boonie hat, denim vest, and a red Marine Corps tee, his blind right eye milky from a '69 landmine, his left eye sharp enough to cut steel. He stopped in front of the fake cop with the boot on the cooler. Didn't say a word. Just stared. One by one, the others stepped up. Torres, Malone, Big Jim, even old Vargas with 2 canes he wielded like batons. Some carried concealed, others didn't bother hiding the rifles slung low. You could smell the peppermint gum and the weight of their silence. HOA? Marcus asked, voice like gravel. The taller fake cop blinked. Yeah, enforcement. Got a problem? Marcus tilted his head, not confused edpiding. Got ID? The guy reached into his pocket, slow, like he'd seen too many movies. We got uniforms. Marcus stepped closer. Didn't ask about your clothes. Then Malone dropped a speaker from his truck. One button and a voice blared. No active HOA enforcement in this jurisdiction. No authorization for seizures or arrests. If they're here, they're imposters. Cops en route. The crowd sucked in a breath. The shorter fake cop, the one who'd slammed Sam, stepped back. Misunderstanding, he stammered. Just restoring order. Marcus smiled, cold as ice. You laid hands on a disabled vet on federal land, during a memorial, with his flag under him. You didn't cross a line, you built a damn house on the wrong side. He pulled a dog tag from his vest. This was Corporal Tommy Wade's. Died pulling Sam out of a burning chopper. Today's his birthday. The air went still. You don't touch Sam. You don't touch anyone here. Kneel, hands behind your head, and pray the cops get here before I forget how to snap a neck. The fake cops froze, eyes darting. One dropped his radio. The other tripped over a chair. Sam coughed, weak but alive. Marcus, he rasped. Enough talk. Then louder. You remember the call? They did. A command from their bloodiest days in Da Nang. Sam pointed to the ground. Lock it down. The vets moved like a single shadow. 2 hit the SUV, yanked the keys, popped the trunk, fake citations, dollar store handcuffs, and a 6-pack of cheap beer. Another vet snapped photos. A third called the real cops. 15 minutes later, the fake enforcers were zip-tied to the park's flagpole, squirming like caught fish. Local PD rolled up, and the lead officer, Marquez, did a double take. What the hell's this? Sam, bruised but upright, sipped apple juice through a bendy straw. Justice, he said. Or a start. Marquez eyed the fake cops, the vets' rifles, the flag. You called it in? She asked Marcus. He nodded. They assaulted a vet, impersonated law enforcement, threatened civilians. The taller fake cop spat near her boots. These guys are nuts. They pulled guns. Sam chuckled, dry and worn. I've been called worse by better men than you. Marquez's partner held up the fake citations. No legal authority. These clowns are playing dress up. The crowd laughed, a heavy, tired sound, like truth finally breaking through. Then Karen Walsh showed up, pearls bouncing, phone glued to her ear. What's happening? She shrieked. Marquez shut her down. These 2 are under arrest for assault and impersonation. Karen's jaw dropped. No, they're our security team. Temporary hires. Marquez didn't blink. This is criminal now. Sam held up his phone. Wanna bet? He played a voicemail, loud and clear, Karen's voice telling her, team, to get aggressive, calling the vets, fakers, and freeloaders. The crowd roared. Someone yelled, disband the HOA. Karen tried to backtrack. You're just angry old men playing soldier. Sam grinned, blood on his lip. We don't play. And we don't lose. Phones buzzed rel deo, trending nationwide, showing the slam, the scream, Karen's smirk. Sirens wailed, not local but state. A prosecutor stepped out, cuffs in hand. Ms. Walsh, you're under investigation for conspiracy and incitement. She laughed, desperate, but the cuffs clicked. The crowd clapped, first a grandma, then a kid, then everyone, including the 15 vets still standing guard, not angry now, but proud. Justice didn't need begging, it crashed the party. News trucks swarmed. Sam's bruised face, flag behind him, hit magazine covers. The HOA board quit. A lawsuit was filed. Karen was fired, memed, her laugh looped over patriotic anthems. Sam got a custom wheelchair and threw the first pitch at a baseball game. The flag, stained with his blood and mustard, hung in City Hall. The day they picked the wrong vet. 3 days later, Sam was back at the VA, watching birds. A nurse brought a box, a hot dog, mustard only, half a bun, and a note. For Tommy, for Da Nang, for Saturday. Bravo's got your 6. Sam didn't cry. He raised the hot dog like a toast and whispered, "Let 'em try again." The park's quiet now, but every Saturday we grill. Same table, same flag. A new sign stands, guarded by the last patrol. Trespassers will be remembered. Sam leans left from the steel in his back, but his smile leans right. "Why'd you signal?" I asked once. He looked at me, eyes still sharp. Saw Marcus's thumb twitch toward his rifle. "Figured if you go down, go with the ones who'll always pull you up."